Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. We got the body language experts analyzing this right now. How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
Do you block people ever?
No, I've muted some people. Now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, a Hollywood duo that lit up the screen, but kept the real story behind the curtain. While A Simple Favor had fans raving about their chemistry, behind the scenes was a far more complicated dynamic. After years of whispers and subtle jabs, Anna has finally broken the silence. And it's official, she and Blake were never close, not even a little. Now, with Alec Baldwin's legal storm spilling into headlines and casting a shadow over Blake's brand, fans are reanalyzing everything. Old interviews are making the rounds again. What once seemed like harmless shade now feels like full-on red flags. That charming chemistry, that sweet public banter, it may have all masked some serious personal friction. From clipped conversations, on press tours to sly digs that fans are only now decoding, this wasn't just diva drama. Insiders say the vibe between them was cold, calculated, and occasionally explosive. And it's far from over. Production on the A Simple Favor sequel is underway. And according to inside sources, the tension is already boiling over. The friction isn't just resurfacing, it's intensifying. Rumors of behind-the-scenes fights over whose name goes first, who handles press duties, and whether Blake's public image could hurt the film. It's all in play. Some say Anna sees the writing on the wall and is pulling back from Blake entirely, quietly but deliberately. And given the growing divide, it's maybe permanent this time. Let's rewind to 2018. Fresh off their film's success, Blake and Anna were the toast of Hollywood. But now fans are diving back into old red carpet footage and talk show appearances, and it all feels different. The forced laughs, the stiff body language. The comments that once seemed playful now come off as veiled jabs. One interview in particular has everyone buzzing. Blake appears to compliment Anna's positivity, but the tone, fans swear it's anything but genuine. What once came off as polite now sounds pointed, almost mocking. At the time, nobody gave it a second thought. But now, that clip is going viral for a reason. So, what exactly did Blake say? Why is everyone convinced their so-called friendship was never real? To begin with, let's unpack it all.
Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought.
Fans are now convinced that Blake's so-called compliment was laced with quiet shade, and the delivery is nearly impossible to ignore. But things didn't just stop there. In that same interview, Blake suddenly pivoted to talking about how she used to criticize her own mother for being overly selfish. So now keep in mind, this came immediately after she appeared to applaud Anna for being braver and more outspoken. According to viewers, it wasn't just a sweet anecdote, it felt like a carefully disguised swipe right at Anna. But wait, the tension kept building. Just a few stops later on the press tour, Anna fired back in her own low-key way, while chatting. With an interviewer, she casually confessed to having muted Blake on Instagram, no hesitation. It's no explanation, just dropped it like it was nothing. Fans were shook.
Do you block people ever?
No, I've muted some people. Now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
Anna may have laughed it off, but fans aren't buying it. With more rumors about Blake's off-camera persona surfacing, that interview now screams tension. One viewer even tweeted, "Why do Blake and Anna sound so fake?" Another called Blake the queen of Min Girl vibes. But the real bombshell came from the Celebrity Memoir Book Club podcast, where a former Lionsgate employee claimed the two actresses hated each other and were told to fake being friendly during press. Reportedly, Anna demanded more promo attention even. Edits to posters Anne clashed with Blake constantly. One producer even said the tension was unbearable. Fans have since resurfaced clips showing Blake looking visibly annoyed, stiff, and cold, while Anna held her ground. As one fan put, Blake looks ready to swing. Anna's not backing down. And those sharp little digs, they just kept coming.
Sense of humor, and they also both make everyone that they're around better at what they do. Like they're just because you sink or swim, and it's true. You guys are both so good that people just like get on their A game.
She compliments me all the time in
know.
public and on
Who doesn't
TV.
love that?
Oh my God, that's the way to my heart. I'm a very selfish person.
Another fan pointed out Blake's dominance.
One fan noted how Blake always dominates interview couches, a subtle sign, they claim, of the unbalanced power dynamic with Anna, but the real smoking gun, that infamous BuzzFeed interview. When asked about the hardest day on set, Blake shared, she was allowed to arrive 90 minutes late after a long night's shoot. But Anna? No such grace. Blake casually revealed Anna had already been waiting, ready and made up. Anna's deadpan reply, that was the day I decided I hate you. At the time, fans thought she was joking. No, not so much. Fast forward to the British Academy Film Awards. Anna's speech about respecting directors had viewers buzzing, especially since Blake has long faced accusations of clashing with directors and allegedly feuding with another Simple Favors, Justin Baldoni. Fans called it a calculated jab. Behind the scenes, the tension is reportedly worse. As the sequel gears up, insiders say Blake and Anna are clashing over everything. Screen time, billing, and Blake's growing legal issues. And Blake? She's gone radio silent. Meanwhile, Anna is said to be quietly pulling away, hoping to avoid any collateral PR damage. The studio is in panic mode. Promo backlash has already hit hard, with fans threatening to boycott the film. One source summed it up bluntly. There's no friendship here, just a strained working relationship held together by contracts. Now, word is, Anna's team wants her out for good, and the feud. It's boiling over.
After her biggest success was just met with a lot of controversy, but now to make things worse, it's come out she feuded with Anna Kendrick. Blake Lively had one of the biggest hits of 2024 with It Ends With Us, which made $346 million on a budget of $25 million. The issue was Blake Lively didn't get along with her co-star, who's also the director of the movie, Justin Baldoni, and the two refused to do any press together. Blake Lively said that Baldoni didn't listen to any of her ideas and also got offended because he asked her wait. The only reason he asked her wait was because he has back issues and there was a scene he had to pick her up, and many who worked on set found Blake Lively was being annoying with the ideas. Now it's reported Blake Lively had another issue making the 2018 movie A Simple Favor, which was a success, making $98 million on a budget of $25 million, but she didn't get along with Anna Kendrick. It was reported they were both pretty immature, where Anna Kendrick demanded to show her cleavage in the poster to distract people from Blake Lively. And the two didn't have a good relationship on set, which is why they didn't do many interviews marketing the movie together. Now, strangely enough, after years of saying they wouldn't do a sequel together, they just announced they will be making a sequel to Simple Favor. Many are accusing Blake Lively of doing just to escape the Justin Baldoni complaints. Hey, it got fans a sequel, and with that, I'm Charles Perrault. Please subscribe to learn something.
Is this the end for Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively?
Is this the final chapter for Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively? What began as a red carpet friendship has reportedly unraveled into full-blown behind-the-scenes warfare. Another Simple Favor was supposed to be their big reunion, but insiders say Anna wants no part of the drama swirling around Blake, and she's ready to promote the film solo, while Blake is legally required to show up for a few events. Anna's camp is pushing to keep the two as separate as possible. Why? Because Blake's feud with director Justin Baldoni has exploded into a media circus, and Anna doesn't want to be caught in the crossfire. Fans already slammed her for being collateral damage on social media, and sources say the backlash left her genuinely shaken behind the scenes. The two stars clashed over top billing again. Anna assumed she'd get the lead credit like last time, but Blake's team reportedly pushed hard to secure higher placement. The studio compromised with a staggered billing trick. Anna's name comes first, but Blake sits slightly higher. Petty? Maybe calculated? Definitely the real jaw-dropper? Former assistant director from the first film claimed Blake was so toxic she quit Hollywood altogether. Is calling Blake cruel and impossible to please. The damning comments were deleted, but fans had already taken screenshots. Then came Anna's speech at the BAFTS. She praised directors for commanding respect, and many fans saw it as a thinly veiled jab at Blake, who's long been accused of clashing with filmmakers and demanding creative control. Coincidence? Not likely. Meanwhile, Blake is fighting back with a subpoena targeting Baldona's personal records, claiming he led a smear campaign. The internet, however, is not impressed, calling her legal strategy invasive and desperate. At this point, Anna's pulling back, Blake's doubling down, and the sequel's future looks shaky. Is this the final blow to their fake Hollywood? Friendship? You tell us. Hit like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts, because this drama is far from over.